Before IShowSpeed became one of the most massive creators online, he's been surrounded by many controversies throughout his career that involved racism,
Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa? Argentina. Chinese. No.
sexism, and even sexual coercion allegations.
If I give her 3 green Buzz Lightyear stones, I get a blowhop. 2 diamonds is SEX. 1 gold is strip.
So, Darren Jason Watkins Jr., better known as IShowSpeed, created his YouTube channel on March 21, 2016. He didn't upload right away. His first video showed up in December 2017 and was just him playing NBA 2K. At first, nobody watched. Bro was getting 0 views. Twitch didn't work either, and for a while, he just gave up. But in early 2020, when COVID lockdown started, Speed came back.
Okay!
He began uploading and going live more often, switching between NBA 2K and Fortnite. Around 2021, the content started changing. Instead of just playing the game, his reactions became the main thing. Bro was yelling at the screen, yelling at chat, losing his mind live, and his clips started getting reposted everywhere. By mid-2021, he was pulling in hundreds of thousands of new subscribers, sometimes in just a few days. But when his mom saw one of those clips blowing up online, she gave him a choice: quit streaming or leave the house.
It might seem crazy, but I got kicked out, man. I got kicked out, bro. You know what I'm saying, Jay?
Speed already knew what he wanted, so he left. He moved in with his dad in Detroit and continued streaming. From there, Speed kept growing and other streamers started noticing him, like Aiden Ross. They started making content together, and one of those streams later became controversial. Aiden Ross hosted a live e-date stream where people joined a Discord call, talked to the guest, and got eliminated as it went on. That guest was Ash Cash, a social media influencer with a huge following on Instagram. Speed joined the call as one of the participants. When it was his turn, he asked a question, then kept pushing in a way that scared Ash Cash.
The world continue. Would you reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine and then they...
Even though Speed apologized to her, the clip spread everywhere, and many described what he said as sexual intimidation. Shortly after, Speed posted a screenshot showing he had been hit with an indefinite Twitch ban, with the reason listed as sexual coercion or intimidation. But that wasn't the last time Speed got pulled into controversy. Around April 2022, a livestream clip spread showing IShowSpeed verbally abusing a female teammate in Valorant, using sexist insults and telling her to get off the game and do her husband's dishes.
Is talking to me? Is a female talking to me? Am I no? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, time out. Is a female talking to me right now? Is a female talking to me? Get off the game and do your husband dishes, bitch.
The clip went viral. Riot responded, and he was permanently banned from Valorant and other Riot games. After the ban, he posted an apology. Speed also kept finding himself in dangerous situations on stream. One of the earliest examples was on Independence Day 2022, when he lit a Pikachu-shaped firework inside his bedroom while live. The smoke got so bad that firefighters got involved. Later in July 2022, he streamed Minecraft using a sexual mod commonly known as Jenny's mod. When interacting with a character, explicit sexual options appeared on screen.
If I give her 3 green Buzz Lightyear stones, I get a blowhop. 2 diamonds is SEX. 1 gold is strip.
YouTube then gave him a community guidelines strike and a short restriction, commonly described as a 1-week ban from uploading or live streaming. About a month later, he was swatted while live streaming, meaning police responded to a fake emergency call and arrived during the stream. Police showed up treating the situation as real and took control of the scene. Situations like that are extremely dangerous. One wrong move or a simple misunderstanding can get someone killed. After that, he claimed he was taken to jail and said Aiden Ross helped with bail. In November 2022, Speed traveled to the UK while football had become a big part of his streams. So, during that trip, Sky Sports, one of the biggest sports broadcasters in the UK, worked with him on football-related segments, including having him appear on air connected to a Manchester United match, where he helped announce the team lineup. Shortly after those appearances aired, older clips of Speed resurfaced online. These included moments where he used misogynistic language and made derogatory remarks during past live streams. Once those clips began circulating again, Sky Sports removed content featuring Speed from its platform and made it clear there would be no future collaborations. That same month, Speed ran a live stream promoting a crypto-linked project called Paradox Metaverse and a related coin.
Paradox crypto to the moon.
Paradox, crypto to the moon.
Which triggered immediate backlash and scam accusations, to the point that other creators like CoffeeZilla and Charlie publicly called it out. The backlash focused on his young audience being pushed toward a crypto project that people said looked risky and hard to trust, with many accusing it of pump and dump style promotion. He responded the next day and apologized, saying he made a mistake and denying that he was a scammer. Around the same time, Speed was also getting backlash for animal cruelty. During an IRL zoo stream in December 2022, clips spread showing him yelling at and provoking animals on camera, including barking at a caged animal while playing it up for chat. Animal welfare accounts and viewers criticized the stream, accusing him of stressing the animals and crossing into animal cruelty. Later, during the Qatar World Cup, he live-streamed at a match and interacted with a Chinese spectator. A clip spread showing him repeatedly saying Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa? Konnichiwa? No, Chinese. Konnichiwa? Argentina. Chinese. No konnichiwa.
A Japanese greeting, which people criticized as racist. In follow-up responses, he said that he thought the spectator was Japanese, said he didn't intend to be racist, and described it as a mistake. Now, in 2023, Speed ran into another problem on stream. So of course, everyone thought he was about to get permanently banned on YouTube. He was live streaming himself playing Five Nights at Freddy's when a jump scare made him jump up out of his chair and accidentally showed his pee-pee. He ended the stream and deleted it right away, but clips still spread everywhere, and the nickname IShowMeat started trending. It even got to the point where his own dad made a music video about it. Later, it was reported that his channel was not taken down since the incident was treated as an accident. Around October 2023, Speed tried to do the elephant toothpaste experiment from his bedroom. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, it's a simple science experiment where hydrogen peroxide breaks down fast, soap traps the oxygen, and everything turns into a huge foam explosion. He mixed the ingredients on stream, but a thick cloud quickly filled the room, and he immediately started coughing and yelling that he could not breathe. Firefighters and paramedics showed up and gave him oxygen so he could breathe normally again. But even with all these controversies and dangerous situations, Speed kept growing and getting massive. He also kept attracting different audiences, and some of them were very problematic. When he started doing IRL streams in other countries, including his 2023 trip to Japan, the risks became more visible. he developed a severe headache and visible swelling around one eye, and it became serious that he needed medical attention. His team later said he was discharged and that the cause was a sinus infection that spread upward to the eyelid area. At the same time, viewers were actively tracking his location through the live streams. While he was being treated in a Tokyo hospital, large groups of fans gathered outside, making the situation harder to manage and leaving him with very little privacy. As he continued doing IRL streams in more countries, this pattern kept repeating, and the risks eventually reached a point where his life was in serious danger. While streaming in Chile, Speed was put in real harm after a huge crowd of fans swarmed him, trapping him in the middle. The area became so packed that he could barely breathe and was nearly suffocated by the crowd. But what happened in Norway later went even further. While visiting Norway during his Europe tour, IShowSpeed was mobbed by an overwhelming crowd of fans that turned aggressive. It began when he stopped at a souvenir shop. Large numbers of fans gathered outside, blocked the entrance, and refused to let him leave. Some broke a window trying to get inside, while others were seen jumping on his car. Speed called the police for help, explaining that he was trapped and had already injured his ankle earlier. He was unable to walk on his own and had to be carried out by a security guard. Once he was outside, the crowd closed in on him. Fans pulled chunks of his hair out with their hands, and another person jumped on him from the top of a car. Despite Speed yelling for them to stop, the crowd showed no respect for boundaries or his personal safety. The incident was serious enough that Speed later tweeted he would never return to Norway. After Europe, he took the IRL travel streams into Southeast Asia. The audience got even bigger, with one stream in Indonesia passing 1 million live viewers. In 2025, Speed started his America tour, a 35-day 24/7 live stream across the United States. When the tour reached Los Angeles, large crowds gathered around him in Hollywood, spilled into the street, and disrupted traffic as people tried to follow him live. However, not every country Speed visited turned into a problem. Actually, the way he streams a country kinda became a tourism promotional thing for a nation, especially since many of his viewers saw it as a positive thing because some of them didn't expect China to look like that. However, Speed still didn't get away from criticism, especially when some viewers didn't like that his streams were being paid for by governments. For example, Lithuania alone paid around 30,000 euros for Speed to appear, and that was just for one day. Meanwhile, his entire Baltic tour was nearly 90,000 euros. So in just 2 countries, around $135,000 was spent on his appearances and related costs. That's a lot of money. So of course, people started asking why their tax money was going to a streamer whose audience is mostly teenagers. China did something similar, but on a much bigger scale. They flew him around for a long multi-city tour. He streamed everything, and the numbers were insane. In 2026, Speed took his IRL travel streams across Africa, moving through 20 countries in 28 days, starting in Angola and ending in Namibia. The pace alone drew attention. He was crossing borders almost daily, streaming long hours and staying live through travel, public events, and downtime. Instead of staging big moments, the streams stayed focused on everyday experiences. He ate local food, walked through cities, watched street football, joined public celebrations, and talked directly with people he met along the way. For a lot of viewers, this felt different from how Africa is usually shown online. The streams were casual and unscripted. Many viewers said they were seeing places and daily life they had never seen before. The trip also included major moments. One of the most notable was Speed attending the Africa Cup of Nations final in Morocco, which he streamed as part of the trip rather than as a separate media appearance. Viewership stayed high throughout the tour. During a stream in Nigeria, Speed crossed 50 million YouTube subscribers live, with the milestone happening midstream as viewers watched the counter update in real time. What do you think about Speed's rise to fame? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so I'll see you on the next one.